Now we're going to look at modifying strings. The Python string object has many useful functions that can be dot suffixed to its name for modification of a string and to examine its contents. Most commonly used strings modification functions are used in the table below, so you can kind of see what those functions do. Now, a lot of these are used with passwords so that you can do a better job of reading a password if somebody was to put in a password. So you have capitalize, changes strings first letter to capital uppercase, change all first letters to uppercase if it's a title. You've got upper, lower, swap case if you need to. This changes the case of the words. Join, merge string into separate sequence. L strip, R strip, strip. This strips different either white space, trailing space, leading space on both sides. You have replace an old string with a new string. You have L just, R just, which pads string to the right or left respectively to the column width that it is trying to fill. Center, count, find, starts with, ends with, is alpha, is numeric, is all numeric. I mean, there's lots here, and you can play with these using your Python IDL. Is lower, is upper, is title. It checks those things and returns true or false. Is space, returns true if the string contains only white space, meaning that there's nothing in it. Is it a digit? Is it decimal? It looks for those things and returns true or false based on what it finds. So we are going to open a new file. File new. And over here, we are going to type in this information. So we're going to say my string equals all lowercase I love coding, which is a very apt statement. All right, so then we're going to have some prints. So we're going to say print, and we're going to use /n to make sure that we get new lines every time. And we're going to say capitalized /t means it's going to tab over. Remember, we learned these earlier in basic Python. And then we're going to say my string dot, and we're going to call capitalized or capitalize with the parentheses and close it. So now we're going to do this over and over and over again. I'm going to copy this just to make it a tiny bit easier for me. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to change capitalized to titled. And then I'm going to change this to title. Remember, copy paste is your friend. And I greatly use this, or not greatly, I constantly use this in programming because I really feel like there is no reason to reinvent the wheel if you do not need to. And if you have code that you've used before and you know that you can change that code to meet whatever expectations you are trying to code for, then by all means do that. And you know, it just makes life a little easier when you use copy paste. So I'm just going to keep going in here, and I'm going to pause this video while I continue doing this. Okay, so I have finished typing everything in, and I am going to save this as string modify. So I'm going to do a file, save as. I'm putting it in my Python and typing string modify, hitting save. And we're just going to go ahead and ignore that. And we're going to run it again because it's having, I have done something to my Python and it cannot keep track of where I'm at. So let's look at this. So capitalized, wow, what did I do wrong? Notice that did not capitalize. Let's go back. Sorry for my confusion there. I just realized that I put a space right here and I told it to capitalize the first spot in my string. Well, if there's a space there, it's trying to capitalize nothing. So we needed to take that out. So I'm going to hit run. and I'm going to hit OK. So now there we go. The I is capitalized. Titled, I love coding. Each letter of the word is capitalized. Centered, it's centered, what I put in there. Upper, made everything be uppercase. Joined, it joined the asterisk that I put in the code to the string that I had. Justified, it justified to the right, because I did right justify. And then replace, I love coding, it replaced the O's with asterisks. So those are some things that you can do, and I would highly, highly suggest that you play around with this, add some different strings, go in and look at how the formatting works and how, especially these that return true or false, how they work. If you have any questions, please contact me.